What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another review for Monday Night Raw. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna give the devil credit when credit's due. They tried to put on an excellent show to make you forget that there was no world champion on Raw. Now, the fact, it was like a double-edged sword. The fact that they put on such a great show, or tried to at least, and not have a world champion, it just, I'm sorry, for me it's diminished. Like, yeah, I understand, I saw exactly what you were trying to do, but no, I need my world champion. Especially if you're not going to end the brand split. And I'm going to get to that in a second. They started off with Becky Lynch. I think they did like a recap of how she won her way into the next, how she won the way in the match. Then they started off with the promo, and she basically just came out talking about how it feels good to be back out here to introduce Monday Night Raw, and she's saying that she hasn't been feeling up to it since she lost a title, but that she's feel good, she's on the right track, and that she's going to be basically this coming I think this Sunday at Hell in a Cell, she's going to be the Raw Women's Champion, and I think that's the only main title. Like singles, that's gonna be the biggest singles title that's on the line for the show. Will be the Raw Women's Championship. And if you hear some noise in the background, they cutting grass back there, so I apologize. But Becky Lynch would then get interrupted by Asuka. Asuka will come out and basically say the same thing, that Becky Lynch, neither Becky Lynch nor Bianca is ready for Asuka, and that she's ready to become the Raw Women's Champion at Hell in a Cell. Then Bianca came out, basically interrupted Asuka, saying that that neither she or Becky will be Raw Women's Champion, because the Raw Women's Championship won't stay. She 100% guaranteed that she know the odds are against her, but she 100% guaranteed that the Raw Women's Championship is not going anywhere. And then she was explaining to Asuka that she got, because of the kick last week, that she's gonna use, instead of talking, she's gonna let her in the ring work, do all the talking for her. So she got lots to say in her match with Asuka. And Becky, she said she can't wait to whoop Becky's butt at Hell in a Cell. Becky got mad and sucker punched her, and it started like a little mini brawl between the three. And then commercial break, come back. The first match of the night is, they was making it seem like this was going to be like a match later on in the day, but the first match of the night was Bianca Bel Air versus Asuka, which was a great match. Asuka and it started out great because Asuka and Becky had like Asuka and Bianca had a good exchange. That exchange at the beginning of the match, that was perfect. And then it was a good match. It was a great match, and I think Bianca ended up winning, but Becky Lynch ended up the one walking out, because after Bianca won, she came in there and she came in there and beat up Asuka, and then manhandle slammed Bianca to stand tall over the two, which means she's not winning that Hell in a Cell. We would get the next match, which is Rey and Dominic Mysterio and Ezekiel versus KO and Alpha Academy in a 6-man tag match. This was also a good match. So I'm just like, okay, that's why I say I give credit to where credit's due. I think the first three things, the promo, Becky's promo in the first two matches was great. Also, the next thing after this was great too. But yeah, this was a good match. I actually was like, okay, I'm actually for this match. Do I care about Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens? Not so much. But this match did have me. I actually couldn't find. I didn't find myself looking at my phone or looking away. So yeah, this is a good match. And Dominic and Rey and Ezekiel came out with as the winners. thanks to an inverted help from Kevin Owens that caused him to go crazy. That's why this was also good. Kevin Owens interested at the end because he realized he helped Ezekiel or Elias win the match. It was kind of funny how he was throwing the fit, yelling at the announcers. Like that whole Kevin Owens is a treasure. Now we got Cody Rhodes promo next, where he basically talked about how he respected or admired Seth Rollins, and that that he doesn't take Seth Rollins lightly, and that at Hell in a Cell, which I guess is going to be inside Hell in a Cell, it's going to be inside in a Hell in a Cell, so it's going to be a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell. Cody said that once they locked inside, he's going to be all that admiration and respect is going to be locked outside because he's going to destroy Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins would make his appearance, but he a la Shield. Instead of coming down the ramp, he came down the walkway in the crowds, and he basically told Cody that he doesn't like him. Now, the talking aspect of this promo, the best thing about this promo was that Seth Rollins mentioned AEW, and he mentioned AEW twice. The first time he mentions AEW, he doesn't say AEW actually, but he does make reference to AEW by saying that the first one was that he said he doesn't like you. He said I don't like you, and then he said something along the lines of, and I don't like the fact that when you left. He said you left WWE, and then you and your little friends try to take away and destroy what I built here. His little friends, AEW. And Cody Rhodes just sat there smirking a little bit. And then the second mention was he said you don't get to go. He said you don't get to go and leave WWE, and you don't get to leave WWE, go and take a sledgehammer to the throne, and then come back and try to take the throne away from me. And that was another AEW reference to where Cody Rhodes on one of the segments of AEW took a sledgehammer to the throne to recreation of Triple H's throne and break it. And so that was like the best talking part. That was like the best moment of the talking part of how Seth Rollins mentioned AEW twice, take a shot at them, and basically Cody Rhodes then after all the talking told him like what's stopping me from coming across this, across these ropes, across that barricade, and whipping your butt. And Seth Rollins was like, oh, you want to go now? Then he did a little fake out, said, no, I'll see you at Hell in a Cell, but Cody was not having it. Cody jumped the barricade and a brawl ensued, and that was the best fighting aspect of this promo, was that they had one of those classic brawls where they kept separating them, but they kept getting through the separation, and that it had to take a whole bunch of people to separate them. That was a cool segment. So the first four things, a promo, 2 matches, and another promo was good. Then we got the next match, which is Alexa Bliss versus Dewdrop. This was okay. This is where it kind of like went down like in quality, but it went down like, okay, this wasn't as good as the way how they kicked off the show, but it was still okay. And because it was okay because I really didn't care for it. And really was no direction for it. But hey, it is what it is. Alexa Bliss had a good little outing. Dewdrop did too. I'm glad that Dewdrop and Nikki and Alexa are getting some shine. And as far as that I'm concerned, it was an okay match. Alexa Bliss will be the winner here. Now we got an unusual Miz TV promo because The Miz basically had his guest was the Street Profits. Now we will never get to know what he was going to ask the Street Profits. We do know he did come out and basically say promoted that next Monday would be the season premiere of season 3 of The Miz and Mrs. But other than that, the Street Profits interrupted him and basically took over Miz TV, promoting Hell in a Cell, and basically wouldn't allow him to talk. They even pulled an old Rock joke Rock little signature asking him. They asked him a question. What is his thoughts about Hell in a Cell? And he said, "Well, thank you. My thoughts on Hell in a Cell." And they said, and they did. It doesn't matter what your thoughts on Hell in a Cell is. That was like the best moment, but they completely took it over. He was trying. He did his whole like to say, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut, and then Dawkins just turned around, gave him a high five, and he was just like, "What the? No, that's not what that's for." And then they kept mocking him by they was like every time he tried to say his thing, they would say it with him, and then he just completely abandoned it with the 24/7 shenanigans got underway. And during he tried to regain order, Dana Brooke would come out to ringside because she's running from the people, and he's like, "No," and the whole 24/7 debacle fiasco. I think Dana Brooke, she lost to Tamina. Tamina finally had a singles championship in the form of the 24/7 title, but she would lose that to Akira after kissing Akira. And so Akira is now your current 24/7 champion. That was a lot that happened in that segment. The next match we would get was Mustafa Ali versus Ciampa. And this was an okay match. Austin Theory was out there at ringside, and it was basically as often as Mustafa beat Ciampa, he would get a future United States Championship match against Austin Theory. Not too excited about what they're doing with Ciampa because they really don't have no direction with Ciampa, other than using him as a plot device. I wish they really do need to add him to Retribution, to the Judgment Day, because he needs a direction. Mustafa Ali will win via DQ because Austin Theory would get involved, which means that he earned a future United States Championship match. And Austin Theory would beat up on Mustafa Ali, then tell him that why wait as for your future United States Championship match? Why wait for let's have it right now. And thus we got an impromptu. Our next match was impromptu, was Mustafa Ali versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. And Mustafa Ali tried to put up a good fight, but due to his already having a match with Ciampa and his assault by Austin Theory, will lead him to lose this match to Austin Theory. And then Austin Theory, thinking he walking tall, would get interrupted by Adam Pearce, who tells him that WrestleMania was impressed at how he did things with Mustafa Ali, but that out of a turn of events, Mr. McMahon said he wants to see Austin Theory defend the title at Hell in a Cell in an actual one-on-one match against Mustafa Ali. So it's like, why would this man do that? But storytelling. So after all that was match number 4 and 5 for you. The next match will be the advertised match, which I thought at first they advertised it as a championship match, but now it's just a championship contenders match, which was the Usos versus the Riddle and Shinsuke Nakamura. Winner basically earns a future championship match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. This match was good. It was good. This is like after the Cody Rhodes promo. This is where it kicked back up again with another good match. And this match was good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really wish they would have ended it with a pinfall. But hey, I wouldn't, just because it was so good, I give it a break for the DQ finish. This would be the second DQ finish, because if you remember, I just said the Mustafa versus Ciampa match that ended in a DQ because of Austin Theory. This match here with the Usos ended in a DQ because of the Usos, because Jimmy would try to the Jimmy would try to hit Riddle with his scooter, which I didn't even realize he came out with. He tried to hit Riddle with his own scooter, but Riddle blocked it at first. He blocked it enough for the referee to see it, and the referee basically caught Jay for some. I don't know why. Jimmy looked at the referee and was just like, forget it. It hit him, and now they won the match, and now Sasuke and Riddle got a future tag team championship match. They did have a post-match beatdown. They tried to beat down Sasuke and Nakamura, but Riddle and Sasuke and Nakamura would come on top to send the Usos reeling. We had the next match, which will be Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, and we got to see Ripley's new Brutality song, and new entrance. She basically, so I like the fact that it looked like now Damian Priest made his entrance. If it's a singles match or Rhea Ripley, it would be in the same style of Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley, she had like a little hints of her former Titantron. It said this is my brutality, and it had the brutality all over. But then it got dark, did the whole Judgment Day, not Judgment Day music, but it did the intro style of Judgment Day. And then she did the whole stomping, and her thing came on. And you see she had a different style of wings. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But the match itself was okay. Besides Rhea's intro, the match itself was okay. It told the story. We've seen Rhea and Liv fight each other for so long now. But it was still okay. And it was nice to see Liv get the actual win here in this match. This will be your main, as I said, this is your main event match. Because this would be the final match of the night. But Damian Priest and AJ Styles also made their presence known, I guess, with them. They were saying, because it happened during the commercial break, it said when Damian Priest came out, AJ Styles came out, they would fight and brawl and after the match, and AJ Styles and Liv sent both Damian Priest and Rhea packing, along with the help from Finn Balor. It was cool to see that Liv, like it was that one of the best things I will say about this was that when Damian Priest had AJ Styles and Liv yelled at him to let him go, she basically he threw AJ Styles, got in the ring, act like he was about to beat up on Liv, and Liv was like, hold on now, what you doing? And they were like, come on, Damian, don't do this. And then Finn Balor came out and saved them, and then, she did like a drop kick from the top ropes on Rhea, and they all just end up fleeing. Damian Priest and Rhea end up fleeing. But we did get revealed that at Hell in a Cell, it will be a 6-man tag between Judgment Day and Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles. Then we got the main event promo, which is just a contract signed between Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Omos that broke it down into the words of you was my brother, you betrayed me, blah blah blah, you was a friend. Contract signed, and then a brawl ensued. I think Cedric got involved. He got beat up he got involved and helped a little bit, but then ended up getting beat up. Almost got put through a table, and that was pretty much the end of the segment. Overall, in all, this was a solid to good episode, but I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Big ups, yeah, 7 out of 10 because it was a solid episode. It was solid. But the fact that you don't have the main title on the show, and Friday, and I think last Monday too. Like last Monday, Friday and this Monday, no Roman Reigns. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is what makes it boring, especially if you're not going to end the brand split. And I mentioned that, and the reason why I say that is because it was reports coming out saying that the brand split is not going to end. They can confirm. WWE sources, like Fightful Select and them said that they sources said that yes, the brand split is not going to end, but now for the foreseeable future, if the story fits, they will allow wrestlers from SmackDown and Raw to go on either show to further that story. But it's all crap because that was stupid. But let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video. Hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much and want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, hit that thanks button. And if you like full episode reactions, hit that join button so you can see my full episode reactions to things like Stranger Things, The Boys, or any other shows you'd like to see me react to. And as always, hit any one of the videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere because I got more coming your way. Peace.